I'll now call upon Honorable Ambrosini.
Thank you,
May
Madam.
the people understand that he'll speak from where he is. Thanks.
Thank you for the indulgence, Madam Chairman. I think that this is a committee in which we should endeavor more than in other committees to try to create national consensus. In order to do so, we must accept to be pragmatists, not ideologues. What is at stake is the health of a nation, the pain and sufferings of people. And my contribution towards that end is a plea towards a hard look to the entire regulatory schema. And I want to be very practical. We have adopted regulations to help people. And many of the laws and the regulations we've adopted have the unintended consequence of throwing away the baby with the bathwater. I am under treatment of the most advanced treatment in Western medicine, the targeted chemotherapy. But at the same time, I'm being treated for my cancer as I would be treated if I were in Beijing or in Shanghai with Chinese medicine. The new regulations that we have adopted will make the Chinese treatment illegal. Why? Because it cannot be proven in terms of effectiveness and non-harmful nature in terms of a double-blind, placebo-based treatment, testing, clinical study. And that's a problem. If we need to succeed in the enormous challenges before us, we need to make available everything that works. And we need to determine taste of what works and what does not work, which are adequate to the nature of what we are tasting. In this case, we may have, in this country, we may have 1,000 cases of mesothelioma. In China, they have 100,000 cases. And their effectiveness is superior to ours in terms of morbidity, quality of life of those who survive, and other applicable tests. We are part of BRICS. It's unusual for some of my colleagues to hear me spend time advocating the benefit of cooperation with China. But China is a great reservoir of ancient knowledge. And we are in this strategical position of being able to have privileged exchanges with China, which ought not to be limited only to the trade and industry fields or the cultural fields, but also within the medical fields, because they treat people at a fraction of the cost with medicines which are, we've got thousands of years of background behind, which are equally effective and widely tested. But we must not make the mistake of having politicians, as we are, determining what doctors are allowed and not allowed to do. We need to return the power to doctors. Let them decide. And that's the nice thing about China. The Chinese government doesn't get into the hospitals. Let the hospitals decide how people should be treated. And we should not determine, in terms of our laws, what doctors can use or cannot use. I have introduced this bill, which I hope my colleagues will look at seriously, that will apply only with respect to terminal cases, where the discretion is given to doctors in terminal cases to go beyond the parameters of what can be done ordinarily. But I think that the discretion should become part of the system. We have enough responsible people to move in that direction. And there is need for that not only to treat people, but also to ensure the affordability of the system. At the end, Madam Chairman, honorable colleagues, it's unfortunately a matter of money. And the budgetary cost of extended chemotherapy alone in cases like cancer, or some of the most expensive pharmaceutical solutions, as opposed to the botanical treatments, is one that should encourage us all to look into a different direction. And I hope that as consideration is given to my bill, we received 1,902 comments, overwhelmingly favorable. That may be the basis on which a broader consideration of the entire regulatory aspect of the underpinning health system may be given and achieved. Thank you, Madam Chairman.